got together to talk about what it's like to be a family that fosters.
When I first found out my mum wanted to foster, it was quite exciting. I was quite curious about the whole process. Didn't quite know what to expect at first. We went through the sort of application process and the training and everything like that. Got to meet the social worker that worked with us.
I felt happy because it was like I'd have a brother or sister because I'm an only child, so I thought it would be nice.
What I enjoy most about fostering is probably like having somebody else in the family and giving somebody a better life.
My family's been fostering for over 18 years. When a new foster child is about to arrive, it makes me feel excited. Nerves are racking up as well because we don't know how the foster child will be, but at the same time it makes you feel very loving and caring because we're offering our house to them. So you do get nervous at times, but then once you get to know them, it's just really straightforward and easy.
We've had a few placements, and the first one was trickier. It took a long time for him to settle, but once it did, it was quite positive for the few months that we had him. What I found difficult was the initial phase of trying to get to know this person, but also have this person in your life sort of 24/7. What helps me is that I like to sort of get into my own space, kind of distance myself, and at that point my mum can sort of intervene and everything starts to settle down anyway. And once the sort of levels start to settle again, I would come back and we'd all talk about it as a family, and that really helped. We also had a social worker if it was something that we couldn't quite resolve between us. There was also that person that would come in and help, like have a group discussion and let us air out all of our issues and everything like that. And I also found going out for a bike ride, getting a bit of fresh air, a bit of exercise always helps.
thing of someone might find difficult with doing fostering, especially a birth child, is the fact that the foster child may get more attention than the birth child. If, for example, they're the youngest, they may also get into a lot of arguments, the foster child with the parent. It's a good idea for a family to have a strategy when something goes out of hand.
I felt like it was important to remember that these children have come from different backgrounds, and because of that it affects how they behave sometimes, and sometimes it may not be how you think is appropriate in that certain situation, but you've almost got to have that empathy and take a second to just think, right, okay, they're doing this for a reason and it may be their past experiences.
I think it might be difficult because they're coming to just how we don't know who we're going to get. They're coming into a new house, new family, and it must be hard going from house to house. So they'll probably feel very nervous and scared. So I think you have to remember that what you're going through, they're going through too.
And some of the difficulties is when we don't quite understand the child in terms of what they need and what they want.
You have to compromise and do things that you both want to do.
Over the years, I've had all sorts of children, my foster family, and some of the difficulties we do experience is just conflict management. Best advice I can give to a new son or daughter if they're new to fostering is really trust their instincts, but also listen to their parents as well as listen to the foster child's needs. You need to understand they've come from you don't know what they've been through, so you've got to be understanding and caring.
If you're a son or a daughter and you're finding it tough, I'd say to be patient and try and talk to someone about it, because if you're finding it a bit difficult, keeping it in won't help.
The important thing to remember is that it is the foster carer's job and not yours.
When I was out doing the high ropes course, I thought about how nervous it would be to join a new family and having to take that leap of faith to be able to adjust to that family and having to start a new life with them.
Growing up as a part of the fostering family and having all the experiences with all the children has made me want to go into fostering in the future.
Fostering makes me feel happy inside to know that my family's helping someone and giving them a home and shelter and food and looking after them and making them part of the family.
I've seen her grow up and she's become a young lady now, and she's matured so much, and she's a completely different girl. And the fact that she gels so well in our house, she's part of the family, it's just so smooth, and there's nothing I can really say negative about her now. She's a wonderful girl.